Hey all, happy Sunday. We are talking about Joshua. So when we first met Joshua, he was fighting in a battle, and we learned that he was accountable, that he could be depended on, that he was Moses' wingman, right? Really there to support him in his role as he led God's people from Israel into the wilderness as they made their way to the promised land. Then last session, as we talked about it, we talked about how when Moses went out to Mount Sinai, Joshua was like not in the camp with Aaron, creating the golden calf, turning from God, but also not with Moses and God on the top of the mountain. He was like waiting, and we learned that Joshua is dependable and faithful, that he is a survivor, that he is not only a warrior, but he is able to take care of himself and for others, and also be a good brother, be a good friend to Moses on the mountain. And this week, we find out about another aspect of Joshua that I see as we see the next appearance of him in the Bible, and that's of being faithful, of being close to God, of honoring God with what he does, and then God showing honor to him. But what do I mean by that? Let's take a look at Exodus 33. In this, God is giving orders to march. Now, I'm going to actually talk about where Moses goes up with God, and then we're going to get to Joshua in just a moment. It's one of those that you got to keep your eye out. Joshua pops up sometimes in scriptures in interesting places. So Moses took the tabernacle and pitched it without the camp, far off from the camp, and called it the tabernacle of the congregation. And it came to pass that every one which sought the Lord went out to the tabernacle of the congregation, which was without the camp. So they'd leave the camp and they'd go there to speak and give praise to the Lord. And it came to pass when Moses went out unto the tabernacle that all the people rose up and stood every man at his tent door and looked after Moses until he was gone into the tabernacle. And it came to pass as Moses entered into the tabernacle, the cloudy pillar descended and stood at the door of the tabernacle, and the Lord talked with Moses. So Moses goes into the tabernacle, the cloud descends, and then Moses is speaking with the Lord. And all the people saw the cloudy pillar stand at the tabernacle door, and all the people rose up and worshipped every man in his tent and door. And here we come, right? Pay attention. And the Lord spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend. And he turned again unto the camp. But his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, departed not out of the tabernacle. So it's interesting to me that Moses goes in, speaks to God, and sort of as like a high note there, right? It's like, oh, and by the way, Joshua was there too. So first we start with Moses on the mountain praying with God, Joshua acting as the hands in the battle, in the very first battle. Then we go to where Moses is talking with God and Joshua is close by supporting him as he's on Mount Sinai. And now Moses is talking with the Lord, and the Lord calls Moses his friend. Only happens a few times that God calls man his friend, right? Abraham, Moses, right? And yet Joshua is now sitting right there. And when Moses leaves to go talk to the people, who's left? Joshua and the Lord. Joshua has this intimacy with God, this friendship with God, that I almost picture that like when Moses goes out, Joshua and him are just chit-chatting, talking about how things are, talking about where they are, just waiting for his boss to come back, talking to his boss's boss and his boss, right? And just having a good time. It shows the connection that God has with Joshua along his journey. All the different places that we've seen him so far, God has used him for a distinct purpose. And that's going to continue as we continue to walk with God, and we bring Joshua along for that ride. Happy Sunday, chatting at Cheesman, hanging out with the Lord in the tabernacle. Happy Sunday.